Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm from the practicum office, and I'm here to help you with any questions that you may have.
So what is PRAC?
PRAC is your in-school placement. It's also referred to as experiences in schools.
So how do I know if the board I want to apply to is EDU or SCH?
On our website, we have a list of the board protocols. You find it by starting at the Faculty of Education website. Select for students, faculty, and staff, which is across the top. Then select Con Ed students years 1 to 4. In the left-hand menu, you'll see select experiences in schools placements. Then you'll see all the accordion files listed, and there's one named District Board Protocol List. This is where you'll find the list of the school boards in Ontario and whether they are EDU or SCH. We also have a list posted outside of the practicum office.
So what's the difference between an EDU and an SCH board?
Very good question. EDU means that the school board policy is that the practicum office must request a placement on your behalf through a specific contact at the board. There's a deadline by which you must submit online your placement request to the practicum office. Once the board confirms your placement, the practicum office will email you the information, the school, the name of your host teacher, and sometimes the email address of your host teacher. This information is sent to your Queen's U account, so please monitor your email account frequently. SCH means that the school board policy is you approach the principals or the vice principal yourself and you make placement arrangements. Do not go to a teacher directly, as the school administrators are in charge of what teachers they will allow to work with which candidates. So in other words, it's really the principal's responsibility and decision as to what teachers he or she will allow to have teacher candidates. And once you have arranged a placement, you need to enter the information on the online placement arrangement form. And the information of how to access the online placement arrangement form will be emailed to each candidate in October.
But what if I know a teacher in a school? Can I talk to them and get my placement through them?
Well, we've touched on that information, but bottom line is if you want to work with a specific teacher, you still must go through the principal or the vice principal of the school. If it's an SCH board, you speak with the teacher informally, but it will be up to the principal or vice principal as to whether they want the candidate working with a particular teacher. If the teacher with whom you are interested in working is in a school in an EDU board, absolutely not. Board liaisons will not take specific requests, as there are candidates from all the Ontario universities vying for placements in schools, and the boards will not give a candidate preference over another because they know the teacher. You need to be very careful about conflict of interest.
When can I complete my PRAC?
We try to be as flexible as possible for candidates completing the experiences in schools placements. Normally, most candidates complete their placement after exams in April. However, if you have a free day or a half day in your schedule and want to complete your placement locally, you can arrange a placement for 1 or half day per week for the number of consecutive weeks it will take to fulfill the minimum number of hours that you require. Candidates don't know their exam schedule until long after the deadline to request EDU. So normally candidates requesting an EDU complete their placement after their exams, so usually in the first few weeks in May. When you submit your placement request, you will specify the dates you want to request. And if you are making your own arrangements, then you can discuss the dates with the vice principal or principal.
Does my PRAC have to be in an elementary school in first year?
Yes, in first year, all placements are completed in elementary school, grades kindergarten to 8.
And where can I do my placement in upper years?
For your first year experiences in schools placement, you can complete it anywhere in Ontario. In second or third year, you can do one of either second or third year outside of Ontario, and that includes internationally. In final year, the practicum office makes all practicum placements within a specific catchment area. There is a map on our website which indicates the catchment area for final year practicum placements. The map is found in the final year information accordion under Con Ed years 1 to 4 experiences in schools placements. Candidates are placed in cohorts of normally 3 or more in specific schools identified as associate schools.
Do I have the option to complete my PRAC like 5 days in different schools each, or do I have to complete all 10 days in the same school?
If you're arranging your placement in SCH board, then yes, you can complete your placement at 2 different schools for 5 days in each. If you are requesting a placement in an EDU board, then no. Board liaisons will only make arrangements for placements that are in the same school or grade for consecutive weeks due to the amount of requests that they get and how many placements they have to make.
Can I do my PRAC in different grade levels, Or do I have to spend the 2 weeks all in the same grade?
You would normally choose 2 different divisions if you are completing 2 separate 5-day placements. You can also complete 10 days in the same grade.